But first, we have the segment brought to you by Mr. Chris Rooney, Home Experts.
Wonderful 5-bedroom 2-story on absolute sanctuary of a lot. Long winding driveway to this hilltop setting with 1.96 acres of manicured grounds for any activity. Chicken coop, to gardens, to sport court, to relaxing on the large deck, and an amazing porch. Fantastic all brick front walkout home. Soaring ceilings with wonderful windows. And renovated dream kitchen, providing the ultimate in entertaining. Main floor bedroom is an added bonus, in addition to the office off the front foyer. Large owner's bedroom with built-in cabinetry and vaulted ceiling. Jetted tub, walk-in shower, and large closet. 2 more large bedrooms share a full bath, completing the upper level. The lower level is an entertainment oasis, complete with a family room warmed by a second fireplace, a fully equipped bar, a 5th bedroom currently dedicated to an exercise space, storage, and 3/4 bath with steam shower. This home isn't just a residence, it's a slice of paradise for those who covet luxury and serenity at a great price.
What's really interesting about that, you see the tale of 2 videos there. I mean, Mr. Excitement down there, and that one was just really, I need that music a little higher.
That's that 50 Shades of Grey reading you said you used to do for the...
You need some 50 Cent or something going.
It was
Find me in
sexy.
the club.
It was sexy. One love better. That one sold, by the way. First weekend sold. Boom.
Yeah, that's a nice house. I absolutely loved that first shot where the wraparound deck and that screen porch in the back, the refrigerator right there, the easy grab our beverage and run out to the old porch. I loved it. That was a nice house.
This one looks like
Cross Lake, and the reason I picked it, doesn't have too much land on it. Obviously, 8,000 square feet is a lot, but that price in Cross Lake, I mean, it seems crazy. I want to know what's going on here.
well, there's obviously it's a main home and a secondary home, and I think is it on an acre? I mean, an acre on a lake is a lot. So, and the Whitefish, the chain of lakes is well, you can see too. It's got the long view too of the lake, so that's important. I mean, you got level lakefront. Look at that. I mean, that's hard to. That's what it's about right there. That actually, right where you kind of pulled that in, Nick. I think that's what I would have done, and maybe just had a little something extra on the beach. But that's a great view. When you get level lakefront like that, that's a very good thing.
Look at that guest house, the old boathouse. They turned into basically where I'd live.
Super fun. Yeah, it's got like a little guest place on top. But okay, so that must be the main house. There's the guest house right at the water.
God, that would be awesome right there.
Oh God, it's got.
I could be fine with just that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Wow.
They got the beach all graded up. I suppose they bought one of those little Toro sand rakes. You know, they at golf courses they have those. Then they can drive them back and forth and make everything look perfect, like you're at a resort.
The accordion doors opens all the way up.
Pretty sweet.
Should we just go through these photos?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got to get inside the main house to really find the values.
Oh, there you go. Cool garage doors. Love it.
American flag. Nice.
Jeez. Well, it's 8,000 square feet. It's got to be huge.
It's big and open. Interesting island situation there.
Yeah.
Looks like an LVP.
Open shelf uppers.
Looks like an LVP there.
Yeah.
I mean, which is good for sand and lake.
Well, think about when you're up at the lake. I mean, a lot of times this area is going to be used for, hey, we just grilled a bunch of whatever, and there's salads on the counter or whatever. He's coming and grabbing a plate, and they're going back outside.
Yeah.
So, I like it. You get into that 4.5 million though, and your audience is pretty small, and so for me, like you look at that many square feet, and there's a lack of furniture. So obviously they've already moved out. So there's a little motivation on their part, but
Or it's probably a second home too. And I think the other thing that you got to realize when it comes to marketing these types of homes is that you got to get it good enough to be able to kind of push the right person that's really going to redo it their way. People that are paying that kind of money most likely are going to redo it their way, and so it's got to have like that boathouse that you can't do anymore, that you can't get that close. And what a great thing for guests. Or this looks like I didn't see the size and stuff like that, but what about a corporate retreat area? So this is kind of ridiculous. I mean, I would rather
I was just going to say the same thing. I was going to say this is, to me, is very unattractive.
Yeah, I would have it empty versus doing that.
Yeah, it's not a warehouse, so let's not make it look like one.
Or maybe, Andy, that's with me and you and all our friends. We could sit there on that couch.
Yeah, you could have your favorite 200 friends over, and everybody has a space to stand.
Yeah, so I think it is kind of that's an important factor. You got to know. Yeah, I would have it totally empty. But that's the guest house right there. Is that a garage? The garage, those doors.
Garage door, yeah. The screen comes down.
It's on the bottom, yeah. So it's a total up and down party room, more than storing your boat.
That's fantastic, right there.
That's fun.
So, Nick, you were in favor of the price, or you were against the price?
No, I was shocked that this.
Shocked good, shocked bad.
I didn't think it would be worth that. I didn't go through the photos yet. I'm like, okay, it's only an acre. I didn't think that was that much, even on a random lake in the north of Minnesota. But
that's not no random lake.
No,
that's like the lake that you want to be on. It rivals, not quite, but like a Minnetonka, because it's not too far out, but it's a big lake and it's connected to a bunch of other ones. So recreation, fishing, lots of entertainment on that lake.
I would agree with you, Chris. I think that I was glad that Nick said that, because to me, now if this was 1.9 million, I'd be like, wow, what a steal. 5, pushing 5, I don't think they're there, but that's okay. Hey, they're just trying to see what they can get away with. I don't criticize these because I'm trying to say they can't get it, because if somebody's willing to pay it, that obviously is going to happen. I just do math, right? So I'm the kind of guy that breaks it down more logically. Like, okay, let's even say the lot's worth $850,000, $1 million. Can you build that house for $1 million? Yep. Can you build that the boathouse for $1 million? You can't build it, but is it worth 400, 500? Yep. So now I'm up to 3. I don't know where we're getting 4.6, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's how my brain works.
It's all about the location and the lot. You gotta. I mean, it's like, I can't get this, and if I'm going to get it, well, I got to pay this to be able to have it. So it's got to be somewhat.
I think it's a great property. I just don't know if we're going to be at 5, but
yeah, see, it's got the long view of the lake too.
Oh, sure. That's right across the street from my buddy's house. I got my neighbor here lives on Big Trout, and I got another one over on Cross. It's a great chain, but I mean, it is 40 minutes north of Brainerd. So when you go there, you want to stay put. It's not like if you're down around Gull Lake, you can run down to Costco and pick up 14 steaks for your buddies, and it's easy. Up there, you got to think about what you're doing. That's why Gull Lake, if you look at the water, is not as pretty as like Whitefish, like the clarity and the whatever, but it's popular because it has 9 bars and it's close to everything.
It's a big thing.
Are people living on that lake, or is it just the summer home? Because I don't hear about any good high schools up there. Schools.
Pequot's good. I mean, our buddy Mark Pedig has kids going through those schools, and they were volleyball champions last year.
I've been out of Minnesota for too long. I've never heard of any of these cities up here. I heard of Breezy Point.
Yeah, Breezy Point. That's where our buddy Mark Pedig, the Pedig Properties with Advantage Plus, they have an office. By the way, Chris, did you notice Mark built the mini golf course right next to his office?
I saw that.
Yeah. We should actually go up there and do a show live from his mini golf course. So he had an office, Nick, right there by Pequot, right by Breezy Point, and beautiful, really cool area. We resorted up there last year.
It's kind of a barn dominium, wasn't it?
That's another property that he has down closer to town, on the other side of like Dull. But on that particular spot, they have this cute little building. It's their office, and then right across the parking lot, they bought like 2 acres and cut this golf course through the woods, and pretty sweet. I guarantee we'll eventually do something with it, promote it, help them.
Hi guys. So what are you pricing that last home at if you were listing it?
I'd have to know that area better. I mean, my initial opinion is that's very high, but depending on how everything sits, and I didn't get the feel of it. And I mean, we're seeing it on Andy's favorite site, so that's not good. But sometimes you don't get all of the information that you need, and you have to get that out there.
That's the go-to website.
If it's all about area, we got to know that.
That's where all the best information is, Chris. Duh.
I see that, and it's not necessarily that maybe they didn't put all that information in, but it's whether or not Zillow syndicates it into their algorithm. So, was there writing on that, Nick? I just want to see. Yeah.
Pop it up. I'm gonna pop it up right now. All right.
I think it's important, because like on MLS. Okay, there we go. See, Lower Whitefish. Okay, it doesn't really go crazy about the area.
Yeah, not much.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that I have stuck in my head is where Hecker had his place up there, remember? And he had his compound with like 7 cabins of equal or nicer. They all recently just sold for $2 million a piece. That property couldn't sell for $5.6 million as a connection of all properties. It wouldn't sell, couldn't sell. Different time. Yeah. And then now those properties, they broke them apart and they went boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Sold right up.
Yep. Yep. That's how you look at it. I'll tell you.
Well, I mean, you get to that point where you start getting that $5 million price range. I'm telling you, I'm not just saying it. You all know this. There's a limited window of people that can hit that. Your athletes, your executives, and your lottery winners.
Companies.
Or corporation, true.